Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. John, alone with Marlena in their bedroom at the Evans Black townhouse, stated that Brady was looking for the orchid with the assistance of several Black Patch employees. Is there any thought that maybe Kristen is lying about the orchid being stolen? Marlena puzzled. You know, Doc, as a general rule, I don't put anything past Kristen, but I think she's on the level this time, John said. John speculated that the maniac who set this whole thing in motion possessed the orchid, prompting Marlena to suggest paying the suspect a visit. Chad continued to call from the hospital while Stephanie was with Alex at the Kiriakis' estate. This guy is relentless. Alex groaned as he waited for Stephanie to finish cleaning up. Sorry, buddy, not tonight, Alex murmured, turning off Stephanie's phone. Rex volunteered to spread the word about Kate's death so Roman wouldn't have to bear the burden. I wish I hadn't wasted so much time wanting you from afar, Roman lamented, alone with Kate's lifeless body. I'm sorry I waited so long to tell you how I felt, Roman said with a sigh. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you from Orpheus and Kristen. I hope they suffer in hell forever for what they did to you, Roman said before breaking down. Steve rushed off to check on Kate and Roman at Kayla's request, but he ran into Rex and Chad along the way and overheard them discussing the catastrophe that had just happened. Steve hugged Rex and offered some words of comfort before turning to Chad and repeating the process. Steve was saddened to find that Chad had not yet able to contact Stephanie. I need her here. Steve became stressed. I'll go find her, Chad pledged. Do you even know where she is? Steve wondered. I think I have an idea, yeah, so don't worry, I'll get her here, Chad said before hurrying off to the bistro, only to panic when he saw it was closed. Steve made his journey to Kate's chamber and gave Roman a hug. Kate and I had our differences, but I know one thing we had in common was our love and respect for you, and I know how good you two were for each other, and I know how happy she made you, said Steve to Roman. I hope I made her happy, too, Roman admitted before following Steve out of the room. Steve brought Roman to Kayla's room, then went to a waiting area to try to reach Joey and Trip. Losing Kate, I know how much you loved her, Kayla worried. She made it easy, Roman said. Not always, Kayla countered, drawing a giggle from Roman, who admitted the point. You're gonna beat this, Kay, I just lost my wife, and I'll be damned if I lose my baby sister, too, Roman insisted, as Kayla played along but appeared unconvinced. Lucas walked into one of Statesville's clubs and noticed that Orpheus was reading The Art of War at a table near the payphone. Don't leave on my account, Orpheus implored, as Lucas walked out of the lounge. Was that your lovely mother I saw here earlier? Orpheus resumed when Lucas had returned. Kate was sure looking well, Orpheus said, eliciting a scoff from Lucas. No thanks to you, Lucas reminded Orpheus, who pretended ignorance. Lucas refused to believe Orpheus's harmless behavior. You better be glad they found that serum in time to save my mom and her friends, Lucas said. And what was the drunken black sheep of the Horton family gonna do if they hadn't peed on my shoes like the pathetic wino you are? Orpheus countered. Screw you! Lucas yelled, catching the attention of a guard. Relax, I'm just having a bit of fun with Bill Horton's bastard, Orpheus informed the guard with a smirk. Lucas lunged at Orpheus, but John entered the lounge just in time to intercede. What are you doing here? Lucas wondered. Isn't this obvious? He came to see his ex-son-in-law, the alcoholic who stole his stepdaughter. You know, John, I understand you're applying for sainthood, but I'm sure the man above would give you a break if you let the village idiot rot in here, Orpheus said. Milo, I'm not here for Lucas, I'm here for you, John said. Lucas dashed over to the payphone after John explained, and Orpheus claimed to be hearing the information for the first time. I guess Christmas came late around here, because you, John Black, are definitely the bearer of good tidings. Orpheus raved while Lucas was on the phone with Rex. I'm gonna kill you, just like you killed my mother. Lucas spat at Orpheus once the call ended. John interfered again before rushing away, offering Lucas his regrets and warning him to avoid Orpheus in the future. Orpheus followed John out of the lounge, then returned a short while later and attempted to apologize to Lucas for what had occurred earlier. Save it, okay? I do not need your sympathy. I know everything about you, and I know what a monster you are. Lucas snapped. Would a monster bring you this? Orpheus objected before making a bottle of whiskey. I understand how painful it is to lose a loved one. I thought this could take the edge off. Consider it a morning present, Orpheus remarked before exiting the lounge once more, leaving behind the bottle of whiskey. Eric fed Marlena soup from the Brady pub while they waited for John to arrive from Statesville. You took Kristen's daughter, and we all know how volatile she can be when she's provoked. I'm wondering if you've thought about that, asked Marlena. I should have, especially since you have more experience dealing with psychopaths than anyone in this town, Eric conceded, eliciting a nod from Marlena, who warned him against playing with fire again. Marlena quickly changed the subject, anxious to know what else had been going on in Eric's life lately. Since the love of my life convinced the mother of my unborn child to have an abortion, Eric translated, before admitting that wasn't a fair depiction of the scenario. Yet, somehow, you're blaming Nicole, Marlena added. I just wish she hadn't gotten involved, Eric remarked. Oh, darling, I know how much you want to have a family, and I know that you will have, I promise you, but I just don't want what's happening with these two women in your life to harden that beautiful golden heart of yours, she said. Steve returned to Kayla's hospital room after contacting Joey and Tripp. Okay, Joey. You go first. I am extremely proud of the guy you have become. You were God's gift to your father and me when he brought us back together all those years ago. I absolutely love you with all of my heart. And, Tripp, I may not have given birth to you, but I love you in every way a mother could love her baby boy, and I am so proud of all you have accomplished. I just love my 3 darling children for 1,000 lives, and I'll see you later, okay? Be good to yourself and each other, okay? And your great father, look after him, okay? Kayla said, goodbye, my darlings, before hanging up the phone. Kayla was ready to sleep right after the phone chat, but Steve insisted that it wasn't time yet. You have to wait for Stephanie, Steve explained. I have to go to my pop, mom, and Bo, Kayla insisted. Sweetness, please, don't leave us. Steven begged. Chad entered the Kiriakis' estate, went up to Alex's bedroom in search of Stephanie, and then apologized for interrupting them when they were naked in bed together. Henderson let me in, Stephanie, I've been calling you, and you're not answering your phone, he stated. I didn't get any calls, Stephanie said. We were a little busy doing something, Alex explained. Alex softened and began squirming after discovering why Chad was so keen to contact Stephanie. I just wish I could have reached Stephanie sooner, Chad lamented to Alex as Stephanie dashed off to the bathroom to get ready. Chad waited outside for Stephanie and Alex, and they all went to the hospital together. Chad escorted Stephanie to Kayla's room before trudging off to Kate's room. I love you, Kate, and I'll miss you more than you could ever know, Chad told her. John rejoined Marlena and Eric at the townhouse and informed them that Kate had died earlier. Eric moved outside to contact Roman as John hugged Marlena for consolation. Eric returned a short time later, revealing that Kayla had also died. Stephanie glanced at Kayla's lifeless body in shock as she accepted Steve's hug. She tried so hard to hold on for you, Steve revealed. She asked for me, didn't she? Stephanie guessed. She asked for you, and Joe and Tripp, all her babies, Steve stated. But I wasn't here, I didn't get to say goodbye, I didn't get to tell her how much I loved her, Stephanie cried. She knows, Steve maintained. Alex, who had been listening in, returned to the nurse's station and discovered Chad waiting there. She was too late, Alex said numbly. I cannot believe her phone was switched off. She never got to say goodbye. Damn, Chad muttered before walking away with a toss of his head, eliciting a swallow of remorse from Alex.